In today's tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to realistically apply face paint to a portrait photo. What's up y'all, my name is Rens, I'm a photo manipulation artist from the Netherlands helping you create amazing photo manipulations in Affinity Photo. Now as mentioned before, today it's gonna get messy, we're gonna apply some face paint but virtually. Alright, let me show you how it's done. Alright, so we've jumped into Affinity Photo and it's time to paint some faces. Alright, so this guy is the face that we're gonna paint. I've downloaded this guy from unsplash.com and I want to apply a Canadian basketball logo to his face just because I really like the logo when I just found it. So let's go to the internet browser and right there I found it. So let's copy this one. Let's right click, copy image, and we're gonna paste it inside of our document. So I've just pressed Command V and now I'm gonna increase the size quite a lot. So let's reduce the opacity so we can actually see what we're doing. All right, so there we go. There we have our logo. Let's hide this one for now, or actually first rename this Canada basketball logo and we can hide it for now. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to make a selection of the area that we are gonna paint. So I'm gonna press P on the keyboard to select my pen tool. Let's zoom in a little bit and I'm gonna start right over here and I'm just gonna trace the face. Now I can also include the hairs a little bit and this will simply make things look a little more realistic in the end. So let's select a little bit of these hairs as well. So there we have our selection of the face and I forgot to do one thing. So actually what you want to do as first is to make a copy or a duplicate of the original one. So let's press Command J. Let's select the face paint layer and let's press Command J and let's call this one face mask in this case. And now I want to convert this curve into a selection. So we go up to the context toolbar with the pen tool selected and we hit selection. Now, we've converted this thing into a selection, so now it's time to mask our face paint area out. So let's hit the mask icon. And if I press Command D to deselect right now, you can see that we've got this face on its own layer. Alright, so that was the first step. The second step that we want to do is we want to change the blend mode of our logo. So let's show it again. And what I want to do now is go to my blend options and set it to color burn. Now you can see that once I set it to color burn, we actually lose all the white pixels of the logo itself. So this was the before. You can see there's a lot of white stuff going on in this logo, inside of the logo as well. And as soon as we change it to color burn, you can see that all these white pixels are erased. But I actually want to keep these white pixels because let's say we just make a full face paint. So we also want to keep the top part of his face white. Now, how to do this? There are multiple ways to desaturate the image. I'm going to use it with a vibrance adjustment layer. So let's go to our adjustment layers and let's click on vibrance. Let's clip it to our face mask layer and let's simply desaturate it all the way. So now you can see that it actually already looks like there's white face paint on the face in this case. Alright, so there we have it. The next step that I want to do is I want to create a duplicate of our face mask layer and I'm gonna blur it, and that is because I want to use a displacement filter to reshape the logo according to the shape of the face. So let's press Command J to create a duplicate of our face mask layer and I'm gonna call this displace. Now we are not gonna keep this layer forever. We will delete it later, or we can delete it later if we want to. So don't worry about this layer too much. The thing I want to do is I want to right click it and I want to rasterize and trim it because I don't really need the mask for this one. And I'm gonna use a live filter, a Gaussian blur live filter to be exact. And I'm gonna blur out parts of the face. Now let me show you why I do this. And when I zoom in quite a lot, you can see that we can see the skin texture very well. And you can see the tiny little wrinkles and this kind of stuff. And we want to get rid of this stuff so the displace filter actually does its job correctly. Oh, real quick, if you've been getting value out of this video already, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy my content overall, consider subscribing to the channel to never miss any future upload. Alright, let's get back into the tutorial. So let's increase the radius to quite a bit. So I think something around 12 or 13 pixels will work fine in this case. And now you cannot see these tiny nitty-gritty details anymore. So this is actually what we're looking for. So let's cross this off for now and let's zoom out by pressing Command 0. And now I will show my basketball logo again. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna create a displacement filter. Let's go into our live filters right over here. Let's scroll down a little bit and let's find displace and click on it. And an important thing what we want to do now is we want to make sure that we select load map from layers beneath. So let's click on load map from layers beneath. And now we can drag the strength to the left or to the right, and you can see that the shape of the face or of our logo is actually moving in the direction where it starts to look like it's actually painted on the face. So how does this actually work? Basically what it does, if I hide this layer for now, you can see that we've got this darker shadow areas and we've got brighter areas near the nose and this kind of stuff. Everything where it's dark, the pixels will move one direction, and everything where it's bright, the pixels will move the other direction. So you kind of get this effect that it looks like it's painted on the surface. So let's increase the strength of our displacement map. We can either go minus or we can go plus. It doesn't really matter. It's just the exact opposite of the effect. So let's go for minus 114 or something. And this looks pretty good to me. So let's close this one for now. And we can now hide our displace layer. So let's hide it for now. And there you can see that it actually looks like the logo is painted on the face a lot more. So if I hide the displacement map, you can see that it looks pretty flat. And if I show the displacement map, you can see that actually the logo is curved kind of around our subject. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to fix my displacement layer, because you can see right over here, you can see that we've got some displacement things going on. So if I hold Alt and click on my basketball logo, you can see that some weird stuff happened right around here and on the left side as well. And we actually don't need this stuff in our photo manipulation, so we're gonna get rid of this stuff. So how to do this? I'm gonna hold Command and I'm gonna click on the face mask. Now I've loaded this mask as a selection. So now I'm gonna simply click the mask icon and you can see that we've got rid of it. So if I go back into my isolation mode, you can see that there's a little bit left right over here. There's a little bit left right over here, but most of it is gone. So we can actually still fix this. We can go into our mask and we can brush these things out, but honestly, you don't really even see it. So I will just keep it to what it is. Alright, now the next thing that I want to do, and this is very important, is that I want to mask out the effect from the eyes, because obviously when you paint on someone's face, you don't paint inside of the person's eye. So let's select all of our layers and let's press Command G to group all of them together. And I want to create a group layer mask. So I hit the mask icon and now I've created a group layer mask. And this will mask out everything that's inside of the group of the areas where I will brush now. So if I press B on the keyboard and I will paint over the eyes, let's say, you can see that all the effects are painted out of the eye. So the black and white layer, but also the displacement effect is painted out of the eye. Let's go to the other eye. Let me press X to select black once again, and let's brush the effect out of this eye as well. So there we go, there we have our effect. Now there's one more thing that we've got to do to make this thing look even more realistic. What I'm gonna change now is this area right over here and this area right over here, because you can see that there's quite some magenta that came in, and this is something I don't really like, and it still doesn't look too realistic to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add blend ranges to the effect. So let's go to our group. Let's go to blend ranges and let's drag this one all the way down. Let's drag this one all the way down. Now, what we've basically done is we've erased everything from everywhere, but I only want to erase stuff, or not erase, but hide it from the darkest parts of the picture and the brightest parts of the picture. So I'm gonna click right over here to create a new node. I'm gonna drag this one up till like something like so. I'm gonna create another node right over here, which I'm gonna drag up till about here. And I'm gonna drag this to the left. And now you can see that instead of this weird magenta color, it actually looks like it is painted on the face. So this makes things look even more realistic. Well, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and if you enjoy the content overall, make very sure to subscribe to the channel to never miss any future upload. If you want to watch more, make sure to check out this one because I'm sure you will love it. Alright, see you in my next video.